Good evening, everyone. A technique I would use when first building a relationship with Marcus and helping him understand reality therapy is talking about non-problem areas. By talking about what Marcus can do rather than what he can't do, he is going to stay open and present in our session. I think this is really important in the case of Marcus, where he wasn't the one who wanted to come in and Angela was the one that brought him in, talking about his interests in life, his education goals, but making sure that it's outside of his comp, what things are going well or have gone well in his life. All those type of things are going to be really important. Also, by staying with the non-problem areas in his life, he it would give Marcus and myself a time to get to know each other and give us a bond between the two of us. As our sessions progress, I think that it is important to talk about Glasser's 5 needs of functioning: survival, love and belonging, power, freedom, and fun. Marcus is in Marcus in the moment is in survival mode. He is trying to figure out what he wants in life. He, his partner is left, and so he's not really sure where he belongs in the sense of love and belonging. Um, in Newkirk's text, it talks about how love and belonging is the one need that most people struggle the most with. This can really be seen with Marcus and his relationships with Rob and Angela. Sharing empathy with Marcus during this time and encouraging him at the same time is going to be really important. Power can be seen as Marcus finishes his comp and the power that he wants to do this and the freedom that it's going to give him. Marcus needs the encouragement from us and to make the time for himself to do fun things and be able to finish what he needs to make this time. If I was going to continue working with Marcus as his reality therapist, I would use the WDEP to strengthen his relationships by talking with Marcus about what he wants from his relationships. Letting Marcus play through each of these relationships and what they might look like. What does he want from his family? What does he want from his friends? What do his family and friends want from him? I think it's also important to talk about what is Marcus wanting from himself and what is Marcus getting from himself. After talking about what he wants out of his relationships, we would talk about how Marcus is spending his time. Is how he's spending his time getting him closer to his goals? We will talk about Marcus's choices either getting him closer to his goals or not to his goals, to the people in his life or farther away. This self-evaluation gives Marcus time to see how he is showing up in his relationships. Is he working on himself and working to improve himself, and how others are showing up in his relationships? Lastly, what I would focus on is, what is the plan? Are we trying to accomplish short-term goals? Are we just trying to fix the here and now in his relationships? Are we just trying to get him through until Rob gets back? Or are we trying to help his relationship when Rob is home long term? In an article entitled "Using the WDEP System of Reality Therapy to Support Personal-Centered Treatment," it talked about using the WD system and how it can improve clients' involvement and commitment to treatment. This would be super helpful for Marcus and giving him hope to improve these relationships. Some multicultural issues that as therapists we need to be aware of in Marcus's case is that Marcus comes from a mixed race family and that also Marcus is a gay man. Marcus doesn't seem to be affected by either one of these problems. He doesn't really seem to talk about either one of them affecting them, but it's more that as therapists we need to check our beliefs and how our beliefs are affected by them. In counseling today, it talks about how we need to reflect on our own sexuality and what it means to us in our lives before we can understand and work with LBGT clients. I think anytime we work with diversity, it is always important to have our own beliefs in check. I think that if this was an issue for Marcus, I think that he's well educated and seems to express what his needs are when it comes to being gay and that such that he would express his need. So I think that in this instance, it's more about keeping our own beliefs in check. If we were doing REBT with Marcus, one way it would be different is I would be doing the ABCs with Marcus. He has an activating event. With Rob being gone, there's his A. There's his activating event. His B is his irrational belief is that he can't do it alone. He can't be alone. He can't finish his comp. He can't do anything by himself. And his C, his consequence, is that he isn't getting anything done. He isn't doing the things that he once found important for himself, the things that he once believed in himself. He quit being a teacher to do these things and now he's just giving up. According to Newkirk, using the ABCs, it allows for the client to actually see how these irrational beliefs is affecting them. In Marcus's case, if he can actually see the way it's affecting him, I think that it will help change his behavior. I think that this is the case in most situations. If we can see the way we're acting and the outcome it's giving us, it's a lot easier to change it. The other technique that I would use would be cognitive disruption. By using this technique, I could help Marcus challenge his dysfunctional behaviors of not doing anything. He's seeming to be in this funk where he just doesn't want to do the things he once loved. By asking questions such as, what evidence do you have that you can't finish your comp? That you can't do these things alone without Rob here? I think that both of these techniques would work well for Marcus and help him achieve his goals. And that's all I've got for tonight. And thanks, guys.